Sadhguru, the founder of the Isha Foundation, ranked amongst the 50 most influential people in India, is a yogi, a mystic, visionary, and best-selling author. In fact, he's initiated powerful yoga programs for human transformation and well-being, as well as path-breaking outreach projects in order to uplift rural communities.
Well, Avan, he was conferred the Padma Vibhushan by the Government of India in 2017, the highest annual civilian award in India, accorded for exceptional and distinguished service. In the past few years, Sadhguru has also been responding to the global need for urgent climate action. He has also launched a mega ecological initiative in India to establish a blueprint for the world to address challenges such as water scarcity, agrarian distress, and land degradation. Sadhguru has also been invited by the United Nations Environment Programme, United Nations Development Programme, and UNCCD, that's the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification, to explore how these initiatives can be replicated globally. Recently, as part of Rally for Rivers movement, Sadhguru started Kaveri Calling, an initiative to revitalize the Kaveri River and enabling plantation of 242 crore trees in the river basin in the next 12 years.
Today, Sadhguru will be speaking on the need for a wider economic base with ET Now's managing editor, Nikunj Dalmia.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. Everyone here is absolutely privileged to be in your presence. Sadhguru, the topic of this forum is what will take India to 5 trillion? While it's a good aspiration number to have, if I look at what is happening in India right now, the mood is not exciting. Everybody's feeling the heat of slowdown. Some are crying literally before they are even cutting onions because of high onion prices.
I was in London in somebody's home, and this onion thing was going on. I changed all the 4 English channels, everywhere onion. So this hostess comes and asks me, Sadhguru, what is the thing about onion in India? I said, that's our staple diet that's why we are fighting for it. Before anybody cries about onions, they must see the condition of the onion farmers in this country, especially this year, because of copious amount of rain. A crop that grows beneath the ground is seriously damaged. Not even 30% of the normal crop most onion farmers have, because onion farmers are in our farmer producer organization, so I know this very well. So they have 30% crop. So if they were selling onion at 35–40 rupees, when they have 30% crop, you should have given them at least 120 rupees. Hello, all the Mumbaikars, I'm asking you, what are you crying about onions? Any other product in the country or in the world, the last iPhone was whatever, the next iPhone with just 3 holes instead of 2 suddenly costs so much more, you never complained. Onion, over 300,000 farmers have committed suicide in this country in the last 20 years. Can you even cry about farm prices? I'm asking, is there humanity left, I'm asking? What's the problem with us? I want the onion price to be 200, you cry as much as you want, because the condition of the onion farmers in the country is so terrible. Little if the price goes up, they import the onion, they stop the export. What are we trying to do? We're talking about a market economy, and 60% of the population is not supposed to survive. Walk through any random village in the country and see in what conditions they are living before you cry about vegetable prices, onion prices, whatever nonsense. 60% of the population keeping like this, you're talking about growing economy? No, you have to increase the base. Without farm income multiplying, with such a narrow verticals, you're not going to go very far. And it's not safe to grow an economy like that. We need to engage large percentage of population. Otherwise, how do you make the economy stable? Even if your economy grows on 1 or 2 verticals, you will be always fearful. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? A fear-based economy is not a successful economy because your own fear will pull it down. Without enhancing the lives and the economy of 60% of the population, which is farm population or farmer population, how do you make an economy grow?
What has happened in India is that we've seen very deep-rooted reforms. Some would say there was toxicity in the Indian economy that has been taken out because of demonetization, because of IBC, because of CIV, some strict but important measures the administration has taken. So do you think right now we are simply recovering from the shock treatment and it will take some more time?
See, you mentioned things like demonetization, GST and whatever else. I'm not an expert, but I don't see the government doing anything really wrong policy-wise. It is just in execution, it gets diffused. What should be focused action, unfortunately, gets diffused. That's not new to our country. Everything that you do naturally gets diffused because the system is like that. To take focused action, you need a very efficient system down the line. That is not there, that has not been there, we have to build it. That's not going to happen overnight either. If you're planning to be a major economy in the world, these are things which have to be fixed. If you don't fix it when you're a reasonably smaller economy, when it grows big, fixing it won't happen. At that time, if you try to fix it, everything will collapse. This is a nation which is poised for many great things to happen. But if you don't fix the fundamentals, how do you take this ahead?
From taking the message of Indian engineering forward to the message championing the cause of ecology, championing the cause of saving the rivers, today we're talking economy. You mentioned that there needs to be a widespread inclusion to make the economy vibrant. How can one do that?
See, one simple thing is, whatever you produce, you can sell it wherever you want. Not just in the country, you can sell it anywhere in the world. Maybe there is a taxation system, but you can sell. But farm produce is not like this. If you produce it in one place, you have to sell it right there. Whether there is a market price or not, you have to sell it right there. Only now, since 2016, there is an effort through this ENAM, through online this thing, there is an effort, but still that's not gone anywhere, this not gone big at all. Still most farmers are compelled to sell their farm produce only in the region where they produce. Why? If I grow rice in Tamil Nadu, I will sell it in Timbuktu, what's your problem? How does a farmer live? In Tamil Nadu alone in the last 12 years, 47,600 farmers have committed suicide. What more do you want, I'm asking? What are we waiting for? Are we waiting for 1 million? One thing is, there is a serious problem of scale. The land holdings are so small, there is simply no means for him to market his product somewhere. So right now this FPO or the Farmer Producer Organization is a wonderful thing. We are running one of the most successful farmer producer organizations in the country. This has changed their life. Their incomes have gone up about 250%. But the best thing is, we converted 69,760 farmers into agroforestry in the last 18 years. In 5 to 7 years, their incomes have gone up anywhere between 300 to 800%. This is what needs to happen. This is not only about the farmers' economy, this is also about the ecology. When you say anything ecology in Mumbai or in Delhi, you will talk about air pollution, air pollution. Yes, it is there, I'm not questioning that. But you're still smoking also, right? So it's not just in the air, you're by choice also smoking, so it's okay. But the real problem is desertification of India. If you don't understand what I'm saying, next time you fly from Mumbai to Delhi or Mumbai to Chennai or wherever, every 2 minutes please look out of the window of your airplane. What do you see? Please see, right now because of, very, very continuous rainfall, actually much more than what we expected, it's about 112% than what is predicted, the monsoon rains. Because of that, you'll see water patches. But in the month of March, April, you see, it will be a brown desert. There are no trees anywhere. Why? Because if you grow a tree in your land and for your use or your financial need, if you cut it, you will get arrested. Right now, what we are pushing for is, every farmer should have the freedom to grow what he wants, fell, transport and sell wherever he wants, in whichever form he wants. This freedom has to come to the farmer, otherwise 60% of the population, you're treating them like not second class, like third class citizens in the country, and they are the ones who are feeding us on a daily basis. But their condition, please go and see, 60% of the rural population in this country, their skeletal system is not grown to full size. 42% of Tamil Nadu's land, which was one of the richest agricultural lands in the world, we were growing 4 crops in a year, all right? Today it's come to 1 crop. 42% of the land has been declared as fallow. That means it's on the way to become desert. We are converting fertile soil into sand. This is happening because there is no organic material. The only way organic material can come back into the soil is the leaves of the trees and the animal waste. Trees are gone long time ago. In the Kaveri basin, they have removed 87% of the tree cover in the last 70 years. In the Ganga basin, they've removed 92% of the tree cover in the last 70 years. What's our plan for this nation? In the last 35 years, we are growing everything largely by throwing salts into the soil. Most of the soil is on the verge of moving towards desertification. UNCCD is severely concerned about this, but we are going on as if there is no tomorrow. Really, there will be no tomorrow if we go like this. Because without protecting the soil of the nation, there is no nation. Right now it's fashionable for everybody to say, I have bath only with half a bucket of water. When I brush my teeth, I use only 1 glass of water. This is all wonderful, I appreciate your concern, but this is not a solution. Because the largest consumer of water is farmer. 84% of the nation's water is consumed by the farmer. He controls nearly 80% of the plain land in the country. If anything positive has to happen, it has to come from him. If rivers have to flow, if wells have to be full, ponds and lakes have to be full, you need tree cover because there is something called as transpiration. Without that, rain will not fall in a spread out way, it is just coming in one place. It has to go further means it needs tree cover because transpiration has to happen for it to roll over deeper into the land. That is not happening. People think right now this is all spread by fertilizer companies, that trees will eat up all the fertilizer, so there should be no trees on the land. But this is very, very important, the organic content has to go back. When I say organic content, to put it very simply, if you grow 1 ton of some crop, you have taken out 1 ton of topsoil. What are you going to put back? Nothing. We're not putting back anything, hardly anything at least. So what is our plan? Generally it's estimated in about 25 to 30 years, 60% of India's land will be unfit for agriculture. Where is our food security with such a large population? 1.4 billion people on our hands. Not even 2% of the farmers want their children to go into farming. In another 25, 30 years when this generation passes, who is going to grow your food, I'm asking? Who is going to grow food in this country? Because farming is not such a stupid thing. It takes a lot of, certain intrinsic knowledge with which he is growing this food. If India's economy has to really grow, if it has to touch 5 trillion as you're saying, if farmers' income goes up 3 to 4 times in the next 3-4 years' time, you will get there very easily. Because right now, the verticals are too narrow. You don't build an economy like that.
Now, if I look at Isha Foundation is a case study. Your volunteers are motivated, the impact you're having on millions of people, it is absolutely amazing. So I have 2 questions. One, do you like this image of being a corporate guru?
Whatever that means.
Are you getting grants?
Usually yellow journalists ask me this question or accuse me that you are a corporate guru. I ask them, what do you mean? Said, we came into the ashram, they're asking for a security card, they're asking for our name, they're asking for all the details and this, everything is being done properly here, everything is organized. So your idea of a spiritual guru is, he will sit under a tree and he will bless you and say idiotic, inane things with a constipated look on his face. and you will give him 100 rupees donation, he will put it in his pocket. When a poor person comes, he will give 5 rupees out of that. This is your idea of spiritual process. No, this is not the way we run it. This is not the way India's spiritual process has run in the past either. It's only now because India's spirituality has taken a beating in the last 800 years like nothing else. I don't even know how it survived. It's just the resilience of the people. Because 800 years, it has been… wherever it was seen, it was just quashed. In spite of that, it survived, so for some time you saw that kind of stuff. This is our country now. We run everything like it's a free nation. Is it wrong? Is it an occupied nation still? I'm asking. No. So what corporate means in most people's minds is that you're going by the rules. Generally, lot of so-called spiritual people, they have a serious problem of, they're innocent of integrity. So when you run everything by rules, it becomes corporate. If you run it loosely, it becomes crime. I prefer to be corporate.
Sadhguru, let's talk about the current problem. The current problem, what all of us have is just lack of motivation and lot of distraction and lack of attention.
You're not in love with anything, that's your problem. You're doing something for something else. You're not doing what truly matters to you. If you are doing something that truly matters to you, does somebody need to motivate you every day in the morning? You will bounce out of your bed every day in the morning. Right now it's like this because you're doing something. You're trying to make a living, you're not building a life. It's my wish and my blessings that all of you should have a full-fledged life, not just making a living. Making a living means survival, that every creature on the planet does better than you. Everybody, every one of you must decide, because you keep raising the bar on many things, that's why I'm saying. What is your idea of what you should have for your well-being? Once you get there, at least once you get there and you're assured of your physical and other well-being, social well-being, from there on you must do something that genuinely matters to you, otherwise it's a wasted life.
Sadhguru, since we're talking about economy and we're talking about what will take India to a $5 trillion economy, let's talk about the biggest economy in the world, America. The three biggest industries in America are arms and ammunition, followed by pharma, and followed by liquor. That country has been built on three sectors or industries which are dangerous, which are involved in killing, or which give you pleasure. But yet they are the richest nation in the world.
Not every nation can become United States of America, let's understand this. There are many factors to this. What we refer to as imperialism and colonialism ended, kind of, including in North America. United States saw the opportunity and transformed colonialism, which originally started as East India Company, which is a business enterprise. So we must understand, we were not taken by a nation, we were taken by a business. From there, they moved into a proper Her Majesty's service, and then it ended for a variety of reasons, and above all, World War II and everything. Then United States saw the opportunity and they became the new, not just East India Company, this became a global company. When one of the planners of United States was speaking, he said, I want to structure America's economy in such a way, wherever in the world, whoever makes money, we must get a cut out of that. That's a simple plan, but executed in such a masterly way that wherever anybody makes money, they will make money. You are not in that kind of position, so we should not even talk about that, because you are not in that kind of position. This may be a very harsh thing to say, but if sufficient amount of arms and ammunition doesn't sell, US economy will be in a serious pit. We're all clapping our hands about it. It's a $15 trillion economy with $23 trillion debt. We don't have such a problem. But because world runs on sentiment, I want all the Mumbai people to remember, the world runs on sentiment. Don't create negative sentiment in the country. It is only the sentiment which is keeping the US currency going. The dollar value goes away. American economy will be in serious trouble, okay? Not simple trouble. Things will just collapse. But the sentiment is kept up that US dollar is the most valuable thing. Right now it is managed with just this, that American dollar cannot fail. That has established everywhere. Nearly 60% of the dollars printed are actually outside United States, not in United States. Because dollar is not a currency, it is a commodity by itself. So because of that, United States economy happens in a certain way. You can't do that overnight. See, as countries, societies and individual people become more affluent, the first thing that changes is choice of nourishment. Second thing that changes is choice of lifestyle. With choice of nourishment and lifestyle, you should not be sick, you have no business to be sick. When nourishment is an issue, it can happen. When lifestyle is an issue, it can happen. When these two things enter your life, it's your business to create health, not to fall back on pharma. About alcohol, you must tell me, I'm not the one who is raising that market.
Sadhguru, I'm shamelessly going to ask one more question. You've created magic in a lot of things. You made impossible happen, Kailash Yatra, the way you shared with us in the past that you learned the manual to fly in less than 48 hours. But for Sadhguru to speak in Hindi, will that be a struggle? And that is something Sadhguru even finds it difficult to do.
Hindi? You're saying Hindi?
Yes.
I speak so many South Indian languages, you're not asking me to speak in any of them. You're asking me to speak in Hindi. It's not impossible, I understand most of the language. It is just that even if I learn Hindi, how much time I will spend in North India is a questionable thing because I'm spread all over the place. So that's where it is. About doing miracles, there are no miracles. Isha Foundation is run by volunteers, a little over 5,400 full-time volunteers and over somewhere between 9 to 11 million registered part-time volunteers. These are the wonderful people who are doing all this work. All the full-time volunteers, every one of us, including me, we are 7 days, 365 days, usually anywhere between 18 to 20 hours per day, all of them. Because they're all working like this, it looks like a miracle, but there is enormous work behind this.
Let's put our hands together for Sadhguru. It's been a very enlightening session. From ecology to economy, we just covered everything today.